everyone, and happy beginning of August. I'm Julie here from Sister Mediums, and I'm so happy to be joining you. For those of you who are wondering why I'm here at the beginning of the month, Daniela had put up a little message from us in July that we were taking on a lot of things, new projects, a lot of things on the go. And so we made a decision that we would be only doing card readings once a month as opposed to twice a month, and we'll be flip-flopping. So she was here in July. I'm here August. She'll be back in September, and then I'll see you back here in October. And we love doing these readings for you. So I'm just going to get right to it. I have pulled one, two, three, four, five, six cards for you today. And at first I thought, oh, what's going on? The energy in the cards is a little bit on the, I don't want to say the darker side, but a little bit more on the deeper side. But I guess it really just has people analyzing relationships and, what you're putting into them and if you're getting that quality back out. And, really just watch your back. So I'm going to start with the first card, which is from the Ask Your Guides deck. Sonia Choquette's a fantastic spiritual author and advisor. So I encourage anybody to pick up her books. She's great. And the first card I pulled is the Deceit card. And this card is really just got me thinking about what is going on with everyone. I'm having a lot of conversations with people about getting hurt and mistrust and dishonesty and doing things behind people's backs and then finding out about it years later and the trickle effect of that trauma. And so the card is reminding you that you always have your ancestral angels and guides looking out for you. But if you look really closely, there's also the person in the center there holding a mask and two masks. And that's because there's always two sides to every story. And really just being careful and be extra attentive to who you give your time to, who you share your thoughts with, your homes, your children, your families, and just make sure that the people around you and within your circle always have the highest of intentions for you and for your family moving forward. The other part of this card, which would be the deeper meaning, is if you're holding on to something or someone who has betrayed you and caused deceit in your life, and really just now the clarification here that you've taken off the mask and you've seen people's true colors. It sucks when we're hurt by those that we love and by those that we trust. And this could be relationships, this could be friendships, but overall the message here is just, watch your back. There's always time and a place to forgive. And if you can find it in your heart to do that, then, seek guidance from your guardian angels, always ask for their protection, but really just watch who you're giving your energy to. It's really difficult when we especially have friendships in our lives, people that we trust, and we realize that they've hurt us or they've gone ahead and done something to, compromise the way that relationship moves forward. And so just be careful, watch your back. Again, who you give your energy to, it's a big deal. With that came the Light Seers Tarot deck. Okay, one of my favorites here. I love the imagery and the artwork here. And this card, it really goes hand in hand with the Deceit card. Okay, it's the Strength card. And there are a lot of things happening when I look at this card and when I look at this woman. And of course, I can see obviously right off the bat that she's a woman of strength. The card does say strength on it, but she's got this brave look to her. Do not fear me. And she looks fearless and she looks strong and she looks like she's standing in who she is, grounded and meant to be. She's wearing the necklace of a heart, which tells me that she wears her heart on her sleeve and that she's always an open book. Okay, there's the little infinity tattoo here on her arm, and that's a reminder that we need to be strong all the time. The first card about the deceit, you've also got the lion and the lamb here going on, and that's a little bit about the people that we trust and just having strength in those relationships and trusting who we want to be around. But this woman is a woman of grace, of leadership, of calm, and it's a reminder here to be strong no matter who knocks you down, to get up and to continue with your inspiration and pushing forward because you're you're always going to be inspiring others. Okay, so be a little less like the lamb. Okay, so yes, you can be soft and you can be gentle, but always be fearless in, in what you're doing, and have that strength and that loyalty of the lion. Okay, that's a quick card, but it's meant to also just follow your instincts, okay, when it comes to being strong and when you need to be strong. Okay. Third card here. This is from the Wisdom of the Realms. Okay. This deck is by Call It Baron Reed, another one of our favorites in studio. And this card is the map maker of destiny. And there's a lot going on here. Okay. It just says here, be authentic in your purpose, your inspiration, and your free will. But I like to look at the imagery in the cards, and that's what kind of draws me to them. And in this, there's a whole bunch of things going on. Right off the bat, I see fairies in there, and that's a reminder of, your innocence and to be childlike. He's journaling, and, journaling to me always equates manifesting, writing down your thoughts, the things that you want. I feel like in this card, he's really just trying to say, you need to make up your own destiny. Like what it is that you want, you need to go after. I'm also seeing here, I don't know if I can zoom in, if you guys can see that clearly, but there's a telescope and what looks like a time machine. And so sometimes we get caught in where we want to go and what we see for ourselves versus all the things that we've already been through. And maybe it's failed attempts, and it's a reminder here to not give up. But I do feel like he's contemplating going back and forth between his past and his future, and of course what he wants. So as long as you're being authentic in who you are, go and chase your dreams, go and try new things, and a reminder to really be more childlike, where kids don't sit there and analyze decisions before they make them. They usually just follow their gut and they follow their intuition. And when it comes to destiny, that's what it's really all about. It's what you'll be doing many, many, many years from now. So creating your own destiny and journaling out where it is you want to be and where you see yourself. Okay, nothing wrong with having a plan. That flows right into our next card, okay? This is the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck, one of my favorites. John Holland, you know that. I usually try to pick one card every month from his deck, okay? And this is a fantastic card here. It also has a lot to do with contemplation. This is your movements, this is your choices, and this is your decisions. It's somewhat of a tracking card, okay? So asking you to really look in depth into all of the different areas of your life and really just kind of renegotiate with yourself what's happening here with your finances, where you maybe need to cut back, or maybe where you need to splurge. We always say, when you really want something, go after it. Of course, if you feel you've earned it, then there shouldn't be guilt in spending that extra little bit and indulging and really just spoiling yourself, okay? But it also might be time to buckle down and change some of those spending habits, especially with all of the recent cutbacks due to COVID and, people not being able to get out there and do all the things that they normally would do due to lack of finances, okay? And I know that this flows right into the next doorway, which is marriage. Finances have had a huge strain on marriages these last few months, okay? So it's really just reassessing that and taking the time to speak to your partner and really just allow yourselves to become stronger again in that relationship, really nurture yourselves and get back to being one, okay? With this and following into the next doorway is a symbol of growth, okay? And, growth is huge because, we always look at things and try to reflect back on where we were and where we're going, how much we've grown. And, we'll say it all the time in our workshops and our classes, we're not where we are now, where we were 3 years ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And truth be told, you really can't expect to get to that next chapter or that next phase if you're still continuing to do what you have been doing for the last little bit, right? Every version of ourselves evolves, and therefore it needs a different version. You need to kind of up the ante a little bit to get to that next stage. So this card right here in this doorway, this is your own personal growth, okay? And your growth within. And then of course the last one here, this is a reminder of your spirituality. and really just nurturing what's happening on the inside. Okay, taking the time to be still in moments where there might be a little bit of chaos, and really taking the time to calm the mind. Let's not get so quickly back right into the rat race that we were all caught up in before COVID happened. And I know that in speaking with people, there is a lot of that going on where we've all kind of reassessed, okay, what's important in our lives, and how fast do we want to move forward with things, and what areas can we cut back in, and just make the days count. Okay, so pushing forward with your movements, your choices, and your decisions, these might be the areas of resolve that you need to look at. Okay, next card. Um, Love this card. This is also from the John Holland deck, and this is fertility. And you know, it's not always what you think. It's not about, oh, I'm going to go out and get pregnant and have a baby and that type of thing. But this is fertility within. Okay, this is your own growth, growth in your mind, growth in your body, growth emotionally too, and from those traumatic experiences. You know, the hoops and the white light, the yellow light around her. For me, that always is a representation of protection, and that life continues on, and there's this constant cycle happening. Okay, her hands are wide open, one on top of the other, and that to me is a symbol of being ready to receive. But what stands out the most for me is that her heart chakra is just beaming with love. Okay, that's the color green that you see here in the heart area, and the heart chakra really has to do with your love for yourself and your love for others, and what you can do and give to other people. And when our hearts are open and we're doing things with love, we tend to find that we are flourishing in different areas. And this is where all the growth comes in. It's also the fertility and the new birth of new thoughts, and just keeping things positive. Okay, always bringing it back to that growth mindset, and living your life with positivity and allowing things to flourish and to grow, especially when it comes to new beginnings. Okay, don't be afraid to transition, and don't be afraid of change. When I think of trees, as much as there is growth, there always comes a time when those leaves crumble up and they begin falling. And that is usually a symbol that there's new life on the way. Okay. Again, there's that word fertility, making room for things to grow. And when we want things to grow, we want clean soil, and we want to be able to nurture those thoughts and nurture those plants and take care of them so that they grow with strength, and that strength, in turn, like it brings in abundance to your life. Okay, so let's be careful of what we are growing inside of us and in our thoughts and in our mind, and let's put ourselves first and try to do all things with just a little bit more love. Okay, that is that card for you. Now, I usually end my card readings with a prayer. And this month I decided to do something a little bit different. And as opposed to ending it with a prayer, I wanted to introduce you to the Wild Offering Oracle card deck. And I love this deck. The imagery in here is really, really great. But there are a whole bunch of different messages for really just bringing your spirits up, reminding you that you're not alone. And I love the different messages that are on these cards. You know, they go from being enough and letting yourself know that you don't really have to do more. You don't always have to strive to give more to other people. If you've already given them what you already have on the inside, and you feel that that's authentic enough to pass on to someone, okay? Just you're good with who you are. You know, body, nurturing your body, forgiveness. You know, when this card comes up, it's really asking us to look internally at ourselves, and who we need to forgive, and in order to move on. But the card that I picked for you today, it's Divine Timing. And I'm just going to take a second to read you what the card says here. It says, the divine brings things in timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. And I think this is huge, because so many people want to rush the process. They want to get from point A to point Z real quick. They want to have success overnight. They want to jump right into relationships. They want to be able to have all of the abundance without the little steps along the way. And this card is just a great reminder that things are always manifesting. The universe is always conspiring to make things happen on the clock as it's meant to for your life, depending on what stage you're at in your journey. And so it's just a reminder here to always trust the process, trust God's timing, and trust that beautiful things are coming your way. Okay, don't lose faith, don't lose sight of that. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Those cards seem to be very true to what's happening in the world right now and with a lot of us. And so go out there and let go of the negativity that people are giving on you. Find that strength, create your own destiny. Okay, sit down and really make some decisions about the choices you have moving forward in the areas of your life that are the most important, and allow that growth, okay, that fertility, allow it to take place. And when it doesn't happen immediately, don't lose faith. Okay, trust the timing of God and that it'll all happen as it's meant to. I want to thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will see you back here in a couple of months. Daniela will be back at the beginning of September to give you what our guides, angels, ancestors, and loved ones have in store for the following month. And I will leave you with that. Okay, blessings on blessings always. Bye, everyone.